Hello and welcome to the video. Not so long ago, the suggestion that businesses should be concerned with their social impact or the well-being of their community would have been considered soft or nice to do. But now, in 2020, we see a growing trend of businesses who care less about market share and profit margins and more about citizenship and inclusive growth. Today, we take a look at some of the ways that this can take shape. And if you're new to the channel, my name is Ollie and this is Economics Unlocked. In 1976, Mohammed Yunus lent $27 of his own money to 42 women in Bangladesh, and he found that small loans given to some of the poorest people in the world can go a long way, because it allows people to bring about their own development. These people often struggle to obtain loans because traditional banks consider them too risky and refuse to lend to them. Yunus's Grameen Bank, however, offers a new initiative. Not a bank focused on profits, but on lifting people out of poverty and on global economic development. Not only is this motivation better for society, but it is better for the bank, because despite their supposedly high-risk clients, Grameen Bank enjoys loan recovery rates of 98%, which most commercial banks could only dream of. Today, not only has their banking model been replicated all over the world, but their values and motivations are seen in more and more businesses, and it is the combination of social responsibility and business entrepreneurship that has given birth to the concept of social enterprise. You may have noticed that this week we've been filming up north in Scotland, and here on every house in the village of Drimnin is the evidence of social enterprise in action. Having been left out of plans to provide superfast broadband to the area, homeowners in Drimnin set up their own broadband company to serve local houses and businesses. They've partnered with a sea farm company who wanted to monitor their fish farms remotely, as well as with other businesses and landowners to beam data via microwave links across from the Isle of Mull, zigzagging down this strip of water. This is a fantastic example of social enterprise in the UK for a number of reasons. It highlights the problem-solving mindset, which is the motivation for so many businesses, social or otherwise, but it also reveals the benefits of something called profit satisficing. You see, unlike normal firms, social businesses don't seek to maximise profit, and the benefits of this are revealed by the economic theory behind it. Typical demand in markets tells us that the more a company produces, the lower they will have to charge if they want to sell all of their products. With broadband, the more houses you can connect up, the lower you have to put your prices if you want to get everyone to subscribe. This means that each house you connect up is worth less to a company than the last one they connected. This concept is known as marginal revenue, and there's a similar curve for marginal costs. You see, the first few houses a company connects up, in big cities for example, are relatively cheap, but as you move to remote areas and a company expands, the cost per house starts to increase. So as a company expands, there becomes a point where connecting the remaining households will reduce their profits instead of increasing them. For this reason, a profit-maximising firm will produce at this point here, whereas a profit-satisficing company doesn't mind making a loss on some of the properties, as long as it makes enough profit overall. The first benefit of this is more people get broadband. Not only are more people able to get broadband, but because the price is lower, more people are willing to pay for it. This comes down to something called allocative efficiency. You see, one measure of how good a market is how efficient it is at allocating resources. I've mentioned this in other videos, but in a free market, one of the most important things is that the price consumers pay is as close to the actual cost of making the product as possible. When firms have big profit margins, often the price is much higher than the cost of production, which skews the market by putting off consumers who would otherwise pay for a product, and this is inefficient. So with social businesses that have lower profit margins, our free market economy is made much better at allocating resources. And profit satisficing also provides greater welfare for consumers, because even for people who would have paid more for their broadband, when they save money, they are free to spend that money on other things, and this improves their standard of living. Now, what's great about social enterprise concepts is that they can be applied to existing types of organisations. A great example of this is the charity Just Small Change, which is a UK charity focused on providing loans and business training to women in Kenya. Primarily, they aim to redistribute money from UK donors to improve the lives of people in the city of Kisumu. But since they get the loans back from their clients, the charity is able to reuse donations again and again. What this example demonstrates is the sliding scale of social enterprise, with organisations able to lean either towards the social or business ends of the scale. At the business end of the scale is Coca-Cola's 5x20 programme, which is trying to help empower 5 million women by the end of 2020. They work in developing countries with anyone who's involved with Coca-Cola products, so this includes kiosk owners who sell Coca-Cola drinks, but it also includes farmers growing ingredients and artisans upcycling bottles. This helps Coca-Cola with producing, selling and reusing their products, but it's not something people expect from a profit-maximising company, and makes it a great example of a for-profit company thinking about its impact on society. This kind of behaviour is becoming increasingly common, but it would make some traditional economists turn in their graves. Free market thinkers often champion the benefits of people's selfishness. Adam Smith famously wrote, "It is not from the benevolence of the butcher, the brewer or the baker that we expect our dinner, but from their regard to their own self-interest," in his work, The Wealth of Nations. Milton Friedman wrote that the only social responsibility of business is to increase its profits, and said that talk about socially responsible business was undermining the basis of a free society. And yet, we see a growing number of businesses taking it upon themselves to care about society, and a growing number of people using their entrepreneurship to improve the world we live in. Indeed, more and more we see consumers caring about the social impact of the products they buy, and we see workers not just caring about their pay packets, but also caring about the social impact of the companies they work for. Okay guys, let us know what you think about today's video in the comments section. Don't forget there's a new video here every Saturday night, but thank you very much for watching. Have a wonderful day. Hello and welcome to the video. Not so long ago, Hello and welcome to the video. No, we'll cut. The being of their communities would have seemed soft or nice to have. Hello and welcome to the midges.